Welcome to the senior citizens of Logan County, fondly known as the OASIS. What we'd like to do today for the viewers out at your home or in your living rooms is to take you on a tour of our facility, introduce you to some of our services and some of our programs and some of our activities, and kind of get you acquainted with the overall feeling of our organization. So if you want to join me, we're going to come on in and I'm going to touch our automated doors here. Sometimes it's very important to know where you've been in order to know where you're going. And I'm proud and pleased today to introduce to you Miss Bernie Depew and Miss Bernice Hackett, who were part of the founding fathers, or as in this case, some of the founding mothers of this organization, who had some vision and some thought into creating a senior center for the citizens of Logan County. Bernice, can you give us some idea of what the early days were like in founding the organization itself?
Well, the real reason we started was to have something for senior citizens, and because they were roaming around, not having anything to do, and apparently a lot of us were growing up and becoming senior citizens, and we wanted to be with them and have a good time. So a development of 33 people began checking into ideas that these seniors wanted to do, and that's what we started about 1977.
And we became a 5013C in 1985, right? Which is a nonprofit organization.
That's exactly right.
And Bernie, what position did you hold in the
many. I was the second president and vice president, and on the board for about 9 or 10 years, and then I was in and out for the rest of the time.
Good.
And all the time before, we were not called president, vice president, or secretaries. We just did our work and tried to find places for these seniors.
That's nice. Bernie, what was your involvement in the formulating of the organization?
Well, as soon as I retired, I got in touch with some of the seniors that already had formed a senior citizen organization here in Lincoln, and I found they were looking for a place of their very own, a home, in other words. So I did help them to look at several places, but they weren't suitable for the handicapped, and also some of them needed a lot of remodeling, until finally we found that the bank was going to give us this building if we could find that it was supporting itself in 10 years. We came in here. What a mess. Well, we began tearing down, pulling out, and painting and plastering, and we went upstairs and did the same thing. We tore walls down to the lath, and finally we decided, let's concentrate on the lower section. And I can remember a huge job I had, which was painting and cleaning down the office walls, which are beautiful woodwork. The paneling is gorgeous.
To this day? To
this day. And that was the president's office of the bank.
So the building actually has a lot of historic value.
Right.
If for nothing more, for people to come in and look at the old safe involved in some of the older places that people used to work as a bank. So we actually have a historical value for our viewers too. Now, in terms of, this is where these guys founded and what these guys did for us, we came to Mr. Baker, who's just resigned as our president of our board of directors, but he could give us some ideas on where we've been and where we're going in the future. Mr. Baker? Glad to have you here.
You know, for the past 3 years, I had the unique opportunity of being president of the OASIS, and for the viewing audience, this is a tremendous organization for the seniors of Logan County. There are so many programs available for them, so many activities, so many services. And our hope is that those who are not utilizing all these wonderful opportunities will drop in and take advantage of them, because we have so very much to offer to the seniors of Logan County. One of the most important things, as far as I'm concerned, that happened financially was the successful passage of the tax referendum. And to the voters of Logan County, I would say a very big thank you for realizing that the Senior Citizen Center is so important that they were willing to add an additional tax to their taxes in order to help support this organization. So again, thanks to them for seeing this need and putting us on a much better financial basis to continue operating the OASIS. Now, I don't know, Dom, I could say so much more. I'm so very positive about the OASIS. The one thing, again, I would stress for the people in Logan County, come on in, take advantage of all of this, because I think you'll be surprised what is here, what is available for you, and do take advantage of it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate hearing where we've been and where we've got to from this point. And now we're going to go through the rest of our building here and introduce you some more services and programs. One of the first items you visit when you enter our organization is our jewelry shop. Mrs. Zerkammer here to my left has been a long-standing member of the OASIS. She's our current vice president of the board of directors, but she has a touch of laryngitis today, so she's not going to be doing too much talking. But she has several items here that may be of interest to some of the viewers there. And they are some earrings that you don't have to have pierced earrings. Those seem to be a big item now, and lots of folks don't or can't get them, so they are here among our jewelry. And Mrs. Zerkammer is here almost every day. She can help you find just about anything you want in the line of jewelry. All the proceeds from this, by the way, go to help us with the operations of the center. So, this is a privilege to present to you our crafting group. It consists of 7-8 members of our organization who actually work very diligently at making crafts. They make some things out of nothing and other things out of something, and they put all of their items for sale in our craft group. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the chairperson of our craft group and about a little bit about what we do and how we do it. Linda, this is Miss Linda Gephardt. She's the chairperson of our craft group. Linda, when does a craft group meet and what's it do and how do you do it and how do you get involved with it? And
that's way too many questions.
We'll take them one at a time.
Okay. We meet on Mondays and Tuesdays. Mondays and Wednesdays, sorry. Sometimes we come up on Tuesdays too. We come usually around 9 and work till about 4. And we just have a real good time and we're all real good friends and everything. We enjoy each other's company and have some laughs and do some crafting.
Now, is there such a thing as I know some of these guys can't craft very well. Now,
some of them can't craft at all.
Some can't craft at all. So it's just not limited to the people that can actually do crafts.
No, that's right. Some people we like to make fun of, so they're here for entertainment. And then when we got the jobs that nobody else wants to do, then they get to do them.
And all of the material that you make here goes to our gift shop to help support us?
That's right.
Okay.
And we make a lot of different things for all the different seasons and the different holidays and stuff like that. And we just really have a really great time. We just really do.
Maybe you could take a little bit of time now and introduce some of the members of this group. And I know one member that's particularly missing, and that's Mr. Dennis Brown's not here with us today. But if you want to start with this lady here.
Okay. This is Judy Harris. We've been friends for over 30 years. And she's, what, 29 now? Right. And this is Miss Jenny Mount, Mrs. Jenny Mount. And I've worked with her for 30-some years, too. And she's usually a talker, but she's not saying too much today. And she's our barker at every craft sale we go to. She can really make them buy it. And that's Sandy Johnson. And she's making jewelry right now. She does a real good job doing that. And that's Miss Levita Zerkammer over there. And she's great at everything. She's kind of our ambassador. And then there's Darlene Freeman. And she likes to do floral arrangements. And right now she's stuffing. And the next one is my new friend, Miss Janet Hendricks-Meyer. And she does a little bit of everything. And she's good with money. She likes to buy all kinds of things. The next lady is Ruby Bates. And she doesn't craft hardly either, but we make her do it. And she does a pretty good job. She's just learning. She's in training. And I've worked with her for over 30 years. So you can see we're kind of like a little family up here. We enjoy lunch together. And we just have a great time. We laugh a lot. In fact, we're controlling ourselves today.
Now, one of the areas that we're extremely proud of here at the OASIS is our computer lab. We have 5 active computers here that we have adapted to try to teach seniors the computers and not to be so afraid of a computer age. If you're my age or beyond, computers can be a threatening little mechanism to you, but with Marcia Howland, who just recently retired from the Lincoln High School, she's been teaching a lot of seniors here on just the background of computers and some of those things. Marcia, can you explain to us what you do, what programs you teach, and how often they occur, and what time of day?
Okay, I teach from 9:30 to 10:30 every day, and I start with basics the first week of the month. The second week I have word processing. Third week I have internet and email. The fourth week right now we have spreadsheet and database, and I'd like to incorporate PowerPoint in the future.
Okay. And generally, do you have fairly full class? Should people call the OASIS and try to schedule appointments, or how does that kind of work?
Yes, we are booked ahead, so they do have to call Liz and make an appointment for a class.
Okay, and there is a charge for this just to operate our machines. How much is that now?
$3 a day, so if we meet all 5 days of the week, it's 15. If there's a holiday, then it's 12, because there's one day off.
Now, what do you find as the most rewarding part of teaching seniors here computers? Or how
Seeing them understand and that they can get along with their grandchildren and children just as well on the computer, you know, that not to be afraid of it, that, you know, they can learn just as well as a younger person.
Okay. And what do you find as the easiest part to teach and the most difficult part to teach?
Well, a lot of them already know how to do email because they have been taught that. Formatting, they're not as familiar with, and some of the other software programs yet.
So if a person has no knowledge of this, they should sign up for the basic course and then go through the curriculum from there.
Right. Formatting is taught in the word processing. Internet, of course, is how to surf the net. And spreadsheet is financial transactions, how to keep a checking account. Database, if they want to keep a list of people for reunion or address books, something like that.
Okay. And if anyone's thinking that the classes we're going, you know, that you have to really hurry, it's not necessary. Marcia was just inducted into our board of directors, so she's sort of on the hook here for the next 3 years. So we need to have people call, make appointments, and we'll try to get those folks worked in as quickly as possible. Is there anything else that you need to add about the actual classes?
I really enjoyed them.
Okay, great. As a person that kind of helped us with the entire structure here, the entire technical support, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. John Hart, who's also a member of our board of directors. He's been instrumental in providing us with some technical support, and in the first days that I became director here, John was teaching classes on a Monday basis. So John, you have both experience in teaching, and in your previous job, I know that you had lended technical support to the computer system that you worked in. So how does this kind of compare to what you were doing, and how does this all work, so to speak?
Well, I've been working with computers for about 36, 37 years. And the hardest part here, believe it or not, was trying to get some of these donated equipment up and running in the situation that we wanted to get to where we could use it for a training period.
We've been very fortunate to have John with us. He kind of keeps, when things break down, I've got John's number plastered on my wall, and all I do is call John, and John comes and fixes whatever we need to have fixed, including, by the way, my own personal computer that I crash very frequently. I have a privilege here today to introduce you to the OASIS Center's secretary, and I've been working with Liz Costa for the past 9 months or more, and it's truly been a pleasure to work with Liz. She's very organized, She tries to keep me to task, and I use the word try to keep me to task. She's just a very professional lady, and she's been nothing but an asset to our entire organization. And Liz is the one that when you call the Senior Center, you're going to get Liz's voice, and she's going to direct you to whatever service you might request or to whatever appointments that you need. But the one misconception about our organization, Liz, that I'd like for you to talk to us about is our membership. What do you have to do to be a member? Who can be a member? And some questions kind of like that.
In order to be a member of the Senior Citizens of Logan County, the OASIS, you just need to support the activities of the organization by participating in them, or be very interested in supporting the projects that are necessary for senior citizens, or be 55 years of age. Membership for the organization is not limited to those who are 55 years of age. You need to have an interest in the organization. You can receive a newsletter by being a member, and that's for $5 a year. For the general membership, we'll have it mailed to your home. It lists all of our activities and special events and the services that you can participate in and receive. Lifetime membership is limited to those who are 55 years of age, and for a $100 donation, you would have a lifetime membership in the organization. We also have different levels of sponsor membership, and you can call us and find out about it at 732-6132. We'd be happy to receive your call and have you be a member of our organization.
Hey, that's pretty much wraps that up about membership. But you know, the one thing that I find to be almost amusing is the fact that when I was going to high school, I couldn't wait to be a senior. And when I got to be a senior, I thought that was great. And when I was going to college, I couldn't wait to be a senior. But for some reason, we have a reluctance from people to say that they're seniors at this point or stage in their life. And I don't quite understand it, because seniors really traditionally know a little bit more than all the rest of the groups of people that come below them. So thank you, Liz. We appreciate hearing about our membership. One of the many services that we offer at the OASIS Senior Center is blood pressure taking. Miss Betty Oltmans, who is a registered nurse by a lifetime experience, and Rosemary Murray, who's a member, are having their blood pressure taken. Betty, can you tell us a little bit about the blood pressure taking situation in terms of when do you do it, how long are you here, and dates you're here, and those things?
We take it every Friday from 10 to 11:30, and we encourage everyone to come. That they should have their blood pressure checked often, even if they don't have a problem, and if they have a problem, it's important too.
Okay, and the one thing that I need to point out to the viewers at home is that Betty and the other nurses that help take blood pressure keep track of the individual's blood pressure so that they can provide that information to their physician if they should need to. Is that correct, Betty?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and why is that such an important thing to do for individuals? To give the doctor a baseline of where the blood...
Yes, so the doctor knows how their blood pressure is doing. They like to have a record of, and a lot of time we give them a card to take with them so they can take that to their doctor.
Okay.
A lot of them have their own cards, you know, the doctor has given them to keep track of how their blood pressure is doing.
Now, Betty, is it true that good-looking women like yourself raise the blood pressure of the people that you take?
I don't.
I'm pleased to introduce to you one of our partners in a program for grandparents raising grandchildren. That's Miss Sri Locke. Miss Sri Locke works for the U of I Extension. Sri, why don't you tell them a little bit about what you do at the U of I Extension, and also a little bit about our grandparent support group.
The Extension is, University of Illinois Extension is a program that's designed to help the community in any way we can in offering services of education. We are in the process of trying to get a support group going for grandparents who are raising their grandchildren. It's a difficult job, and we feel like there's a big need in Logan County. We're at the present time setting up our program. We're going to focus on 4 different issues: the legal issue, the parenting skill issue, dealing with the community and schools, and lost the last one, Dom.
I think it's caregiving, and how to take care of yourself, or is that was going to go through all of them?
Legal issues. We're going to have speakers come in and answer questions and concerns that the grandparents have, and feel like we've got a grant from the state to do this, and the OASIS has been instrumental in getting the grant. We finally have our money, and we'd really like the grandparents to come out and find out what there is available for them and to help each other deal with a situation that can't be ideal. I know that they've been robbed of being a grandparent. Both Dom and I are grandparents, and it's a wonderful thing, but as a parent, it's a totally different environment, and we think that they need some help, and we hope to offer it.
Yeah, in particular, I know for a fact that I have a 3-year-old granddaughter, and when I'm playing with her in the yard or just taking care of her, it's exhausting. So we only have a lot of empathy and sympathy for what the grandparents who are now raising their grandchildren are going through. And what we want most of all is for them to allow Sheree and I to provide them with some support through education in order for them to better raise their grandchildren. The one thing that we find the most difficult is to getting the grandparents into our center here to take advantage of this particular program. And there's probably 1,000 issues. Embarrassment, probably because you're having to do this particular task, but you really are angels of mercy for your particular grandchildren. Like to help you. You can get involved in the program by calling the OASIS Senior Center itself, and that's at 732-6132, or you can call Sheree at the U of I Extension.
And that number is 732-8289. We also offer a newsletter that's free of charge, and by calling either number, you can receive that with no obligation at all.
One of our more popular activities here at the OASIS Senior Center is bingo, and we have bingo every Thursday afternoon at the OASIS.